Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. So today's video, we're going to talk about the so-called government shutdown that didn't happen. Now, I know a lot of YouTube channels were pushing this whole government shutdown, how bad it was going to be. You had these channels that had these elaborate breakdowns of what was going to go on and how many people were going to be affected in the whole 9 yards. We've seen this before. We've seen this government shutdown threat probably 1,000 times. And yet, guys, nothing ever happens. Now, yes, it does get to a point where military guys don't get paid, Border Patrol agents don't get paid, TSA agents or air traffic controllers, and of course, people who are on government assistance. We have seen it before. But it never gets to a point, guys, where it becomes catastrophic. Now, could it be catastrophic? Absolutely. But my point to this whole video is it's good to know about these things. It's good to have it in the back of our heads, but it is not good to sit there and listen to channels upon channels and get scared the shit out of. Channels, and listen, guys, there's going to be a lot of scary shit that's going to happen in the next few years or for the rest of human existence. Doesn't matter what it is, guys. There's always going to be something that's going to scare us. The only thing as preppers we do is we learn about it, we understand it, and then we address it when it happens. To start flipping out about it, to start raising eyebrows, to start getting scared is bullshit. Again, the government shutdown is coming. A couple of people were asking me, what do I think about it? And some people are like, it's going to get really bad, either in my comment section or my chat. And I'm looking at both like, nothing's going to happen. They're not going to let this go through. And of course, what happens tonight, around 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock tonight, they stopped it. As per fucking usual, guys. Now, there's probably going to be at some point in the future where this does happen. This goes on for a very long time. We've seen this happen before. And yet, guys, nothing catastrophic has happened. The country, or rather the world, is not ready to let this become a catastrophic incident. This is why when I look at these things or I hear about them, I'm like, who gives a fuck? Shuts down for a couple of weeks. Some people are going to go without pay, and that sucks. There should always be some kind of reservoir, if you will, of money for government employees in case this does happen again, which it will. But if it does happen and it drags on, at least they have a certain amount of money to pay their employees off while they're on the shutdown, or in the shutdown, rather, sorry. Now, of course, we've given billions of dollars to Ukraine, and that money that we've given to the Ukraine could have absolutely been a funding, if you will, for government employees who are affected by the shutdown. Military, again, TSA agents, Border Patrol, people on government assistance. If they would have kept that money from Ukraine and kept it for the United States, when a government shutdown happens or any funding issue happens, we have that amount of money. So accordingly, guys, we're over $100 billion in money to the Ukraine. That $100 billion, or if I'm not mistaken, it might be $113 billion to the Ukraine, with more money on its way, or more money looking to be cleared to be given to the Ukraine. It could possibly reach $125, $150 billion by the end of this year. So that money, guys, can absolutely feed and pay government employees without batting an eyelash. Not even all of that money. Just, I would say maybe 50 billion of that money or 10 billion of that money for the duration of the government shutdown could pay government employees. But instead, they give this money to another country. And then when the government shuts down, they're telling United States employees and people on government assistance, oh, we don't have money for you. Your funding might get cut. You're not going to have a paycheck. And then you have these politicians telling these people, just keep coming to work. Go fuck yourself. Every last government employee, sorry, who didn't get paid or who stops getting paid should stop going to work. Don't sit there and let these politicians tell you it's for the greater good of your country. You should come into work and make sure things go off without a hitch. Fuck them. If they want to keep paying the Ukraine this absorbent amount of money, but they don't want to take care of America first, American employees should stop going to work. Air traffic controllers, they stop going to work. That is pandemonium. Border Patrol agents, though seemingly they're not doing much because they're not having any effect on the immigrants coming into this country, nonetheless, they stop going into work. There'll be triple the amount of illegal immigrants crossing the border. These are people who have some kind of power who should absolutely be sticking it to the politicians who are still getting paid and still telling them they need to come into work. Guys, the politicians who are part of this government shutdown, whether they were turning down this bill or not accepting that one or didn't want to hear this bullshit from that person, it's part of the divide. They want more division. But how do they keep the division going up? They tell the working class American government employee that keep coming to work, you're not going to get a paycheck, but you're going to keep coming to work. To boot, if they kept coming to work, were they going to give them back pay? Which I doubt very much. But if they were going to give them back pay, fine. But why have to deal with any of that? Why have to look at back pay? Why have to not pay them when you had enough money sitting in Ukraine? When they didn't have to give Ukraine that much money. Hell, they didn't have to give them anything. But they gave them $113 billion. If they would have took $50 billion of that, or $20 billion, or $10 billion of that, they could have paid employees off on their furlough, if you will, or their time of not getting paid. Now, they didn't say anything about them not going to work. They just said they weren't going to get paid. Now, of course, I'm hoping the government was going to do the right thing and give them back pay, but who the fuck knows? The point to all of this, guys, is that this is all bullshit. We're going to constantly be warned about all of these things, and then nothing's going to happen. Supposedly, the economy was supposed to crash big time this year. I know this year's not over. It's only October. There is a couple of finance guys talking about the crash is coming. The crash has been coming for the last fucking 5 years. We're still here. Is the crash going to inevitably come? Yes, it will. Inevitably, guys, we're going to see another Great Depression. That is without a doubt. And like I said before, I'll say it again, the next Great Depression is going to make the first Great Depression look like a picnic. This Great Depression that comes is going to be catastrophic, and it's going to be worldwide. It's not just going to be the United States or the UK or China. It's going to be a worldwide effect. Anyway, when that comes, we will address it. That's going to come, but who knows when. But to sit here, guys, and get worried about every little thing that's going to happen, no. Stop being a bitch. I told you guys before, this is the Real Nigga Network. We're not going to sit there and watch other YouTube channels scare us into fucking into heart attacks and shit, into shit that might not happen. And again, eventually, guys, a lot of these things have to come to fruition. They have to. It's just the way the world works. It's just the way the universe works. Bad things are always going to happen, and bad things almost need to happen. We're going to see an economic decline in this country. We're definitely going to see another government shutdown. That'll be a catastrophic shutdown. But nonetheless, guys, when it happens, then we address it. To sit there and cry, bitch, and moan about it on TV or listening to your favorite YouTuber talk about this shit and then get worried about it, stop. Enough. When it happens, we will address it accordingly. I watch too many YouTubers talk about this government shutdown, and they're like, this shit's going to happen. It's going to get real. And I'm like, no, it isn't. No, the fuck it isn't. Now, how the fuck can a simple firefighter figure this shit out? But other channels are not. Either they're part of the scare tactic crew, or they just wholeheartedly bought in to the bullshit that the government is selling us. Anything that comes out of the government's mouth right now, guys, is a fucking lie. We need to stop sitting here and making decisions based on Republican and Democrat. If you want to be an American, you want to be part of the American society, we need to come up with an entirely different party that rocks both the Democrats and the Republican Party. We have to shut their bullshit down. Because if we don't, guys, they're going to continue this bullshit, fear-mongering division shit that we've seen over the last however the fuck long this country's been here. And it will continue to be a divisive thing. Division in this country, guys, since this country was born, has always been a thing. And it's only going to get worse if we keep picking the two parties. We keep picking the Republicans who are doing nothing for the people. We keep picking Democrats who are doing nothing for the people. Both of these people are doing nothing for the people, yet their excuse for doing everything is for the people. It's all bullshit, man. This government shutdown was like, we're here to do this for the people and make sure they get what they deserve. It's not to get what we deserve. It's to get what they want. It's about their pockets. Look at that bitch Feinstein, the bitch with the fucked up eye that just died. What was she, like 1,002 years old? She finally fucking croaks. That bitch should have fucking retired 30 years ago. And if you look at her finances, it's absorbently high. She has real estate and money, and this bitch is like a millionaire. There's something wrong when people who's supposed to work for us have that kind of fucking bank account when they pass away. Not to mention the fact that she was 1,000 fucking years old when she should have retired 30 years ago. We need to disrupt this bullshit, guys. We need to make sure these people don't age out. Why are politicians aging out? Why are we watching McConnell freeze on camera like a fucking statue? Because we're allowing this. People are like, well, they have the power, they have the this. Well, guess what? This is why I speak of revolution. This is why I speak of disruption. We have to be that. Or they're going to continue to carry on and do what they do. And we sit idly by and go, well, it's the Democrats' fault, it's the Republicans' fault. No, at this point right now, it's our fault. We are the reason why this is happening. Because we're letting it happen. We're not up in arms. We're not taking arms up. We're just sitting idly by and watching this shit grow. Grow to something that's going to be catastrophically bad in the future. Anyway, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.